Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So yep, we have finally got a new expansion, and you know what guys, I am so pumped up. Yep, so I was a bit late, I was outside and I just came back and I updated the game and the new cards are here. Now I haven't really purchased the season pass, but I had a lot of you know stuffs and scraps and all that, so I just made the cards that way. So yep, anyways, coming on to the deck, so what I have for you today is a deck with Rience as the main card. Yep, the most controversial card in the expansion, especially for Nilfgaard, as you know, Nilfgaard is not really getting that much love for the last 2-3 patches or expansions, should I say? I mean, it's patches. Yep, so Nilfgaard have been getting nerfed expansion or patch after patch, and this legendary wasn't that great from the, on paper it wasn't looking that great, but you know what, I have made this deck and I mean till now I have just played 2 matches with it, but you know what, it works. So yeah, we are actually playing a super hyper thin, so if you will thin out your cards in ideal way, by end of round 3 you're gonna have 0 cards in in your deck, and with that Rience is actually gonna play for some insane value. So since we are gonna have 0 cards in the deck, that means that that order will actually kill a unit on the opposite, on the opponent side of the board. Actually we can kill any unit, but yeah, why would we kill our own unit? So yeah, we can actually kill any unit on the board since we are thinning to 0. And on top of that, now I haven't really went devotion route because Rience is a 5 power body, which I kind of don't really like it. He should actually at least be 6, and for that reason I have got Petri's philter. So yep, that's the reason we are not going devotion route. So since we have got Petri's philter, we are gonna play it onto Rience, and since we are thinning to 0, of course we're gonna have Petri's philter in hand. So we are actually killing one entire card from that order because we're gonna play Rience as our last card, and we're gonna put Petri's philter onto Rience, and that way we're gonna initiate this order anyways. But as for the deploy, so we are actually playing our Rico too. So Rico will be the last card that will remain in the deck. So, and since Rience will be your last card that you're gonna play, what Rience is gonna do is that he's gonna move your Rico from your deck onto your graveyard, so that way we can kill whatever opponent played as his last card. So yep, I mean you don't even have to play Rience as the last card. You can actually play 2-3 cards before also, because at that time you're gonna have just Rico in your deck. So yep, that is how we are actually gonna play our round 3. So yep, again, just to give an overview of the deck in a systematic way, Rience, our main card, new expansion that we got as part of new expansion, we are gonna do both of these things, deploy as well as order. For deploy we have got Rico in deck, and for order we have got Petri's philter. Other than that, we have got Ivar Evil Eye. So okay, let me back. Okay, yeah, that was a lot of snake noises because of Ivar. So yep, we have got Ivar. Now the thing is that we do have Viper Witcher Mentor, but sometimes opponent might pass when we still have like 5 or 4 cards in hand. So at that time we cannot really play Viper Witcher Mentor and make that and play for that huge amount of tempo. So that's why we have actually added Ivar Evil Eye. So in case you have Ivar Evil Eye, so most of the times if you are playing against Pirate's Cove, they actually use just one spender which they get from their leader, which is Sea Jackal. So if you are playing against Pirate Cove and the player has made a lot of tempo, which they can actually make, and after that they just pass, so you can play your Ivar Evil Eye, which again actually plays for insane value if opponent has a tall unit. So yep, other than that we have got Coup de Grace. So just to tell you how we are thinning the deck, so we have got Coup de Grace, which we can play onto Roderick, which actually can thin out our deck by 2. But let's say that we are just playing our Coup de Grace onto Roderick once. So let's start from bottom. We have got 2 Blight Makers which can thin out our 2 Mage Assassins, so Blightmakers are thinning out our deck by 2. Then we have got Hunting Pack, which thins out our deck by 1. We have got Roderick, which, let's say that we are not using our coup de grace onto Roderick, so Roderick thins out our deck by 1 again. So 1, 1, and 2. We have already thinned out our deck by 4, and we actually have to thin out our deck by 9 to get 0 in the graveyard in the deck. So 4 till here, and we have got Vigo, which we can play onto our dogs, so that way actually dogs are actually thinning by 2. But anyways, let's say that Vigo thins out our deck by 1, and Deadman Tongues again thins out our deck by 2, in case you are using it for thinning out the useless bronzes that are there in the deck by end of the game. So yep, 7 is already here. We have got Menno, which again thins out our deck by 1. We have got Afan, which might get thinned out from our leader. We have got War Council, which again thins out our deck. So yeah, what I meant to say is that even if some of the combos might not work, like you might not draw into both of your Blight Makers and all that, the deck still thins out too very well. And you know what? By the end of the game, you are gonna have at max 2 cards in deck, and that is fine because Rience actually looks at the top 3 cards, and not even cards. Rience actually looks at top 3 units in your deck. And the thing is that ideally you are just gonna have Rico in your deck if you are thinning even with 80 to 90% of efficiency. So yep. Again, coming back to coup de grace. So ideally you're gonna play onto your Roderick, thin out your gold and all that stuff. We have got our location just to play another copy of Viper Witcher Mentor, because the deck is actually kind of slow. I mean, it is actually like lippy. We can generate a lot of tempo in the first 2-3 turns, but after that we kind of slow down. So that's why we have got location here, just to get another copy of this Viper Witcher Mentor, which plays for insane value. And we are absolutely gonna go for bleed. It doesn't really matter if you are going 1 card down, we are going for bleed. And that's why having more and more of these Viper Witcher Mentor is actually good in deck. Now we have got Afan. Since we are actually going for tactical decision, you can thin it out. Menno for coup de grace exclusively, but you can even use for amnesty. We have got 2 assassinations and 1 Tony Joust. Now the thing is that we don't really have Royal Decree, which I wanted to add, but I'm not able to find the provisions for that. So in case you want to tweak out your deck and all that, maybe you can try to add Royal Decree. That will give more flexibility and consistency in your deck. Other than that, we have got Vigo. Now the point to keep in mind is what I was saying, that the thing that you have to keep in your mind is that we have got 4 bronzes here: Mage Assassin, Blightmaker, Hunting Pack, and Viper Witcher Mentor. So it's not 100%. It's not gonna be 100% of the probability that you're gonna draw into the card, draw into the bronze that you want at the time of playing Vigo. So yeah, keep that in mind. So try to go for Vigo early in the round, so in case that you might miss out on Hunting Pack, you can actually play your Vigo for a Blightmaker and thin out your Mage Assassin that way. And if you have already thinned out your Mage Assassin, both of them, then you can even use your Blightmaker to thin out your Afan. So that provides more flexibility, or should I say consistency in the deck, because most of the times if we play if we play our tactical decision leader, and if we don't draw into a fun, most of the times a fun just stays in the deck. But with Vigo, drawing into another Blightmaker, or you can just play your Blightmaker directly. So that way, if you have already thinned both of your Mage Assassin, you can use your Blightmaker to thin another copy of Afan. So yeah, I actually like that play while playing the second match with this deck. So yeah guys, that was kind of an overview of the deck. The idea is simple: thin as much as possible, and final play is Rience that we're gonna use with Petri's filter, so we can use both deploy as well as order onto this card, which is actually, you know what, I actually like this card. I mean, till now it has worked, so my opinion might change when I start losing matches and this doesn't work, but since we are tending to 0, it has to work. There is no other way. The only way is that opponent might heat wave your Petri's filter, but that way you're not even losing that much. If that's the case, you can actually play your Rience, as your second last card, and maybe your Rience might survive. So yeah, that was the deck overview. The thing is that this is kind of a, yep, as you can read here, this is kind of a healthy Hyperthin. I didn't want it to go all toxic with, what was the name? With your this Viper Witcher and Kolgrim and all that. But the thing is that we can do even that also. So I think I did made a deck for that. Yep, toxic Hyperthin and clock. But you know what? I don't want to publish it so soon. So yep, we are actually just playing healthy Hyperthin at the moment, which actually still works. Now keep in mind that I have come back to Gwent after some time, and the matches I played were the first 2 matches with this deck. So yeah, there are few mistakes and all that, but it's kind of my first 2 matches with this deck. So yep, there were meant to be few misplays here and there, but yeah, anyways, so that was all, guys. Hope you enjoy the matches, and if you like the deck, maybe like in the comment section, like the video, and may as well subscribe to the channel, so I'll stay more motivated and try to keep my consistency of uploading the videos of new decks more higher. Yeah, so anyways, guys, see you. Hey guys, so yep, we are finally playing our first match with a new deck that contains cards from the new expansion. So yeah, I'm actually trying Rience first, as I'm kind of a big Hyperthin and Nilfgaard fan. So yep, let's see how it goes. And I mean, even after new expansion, people are still playing Pirates Cove. Okay, whatever. So we are going second, that's good. We do have 1 Blight Maker, so that's good too. So we do have Mano in case we need coup de grace, but we cannot really play this combo in round 1. Okay, we have Deadman's Tongue. Alright, so yeah, we don't really have that much thinning cards at the moment. We have actually missed both of our Vigo, Roderick, Hunting Pack, another Blight Maker, so, and also a Fawn. So yep, the hand is not really that great. Anyways, let's just start with our Blight Maker combo into Mage Assassin. I mean, this is actually a pretty busted combo if you ask me. We actually just played 11 points for 5 provision. I mean, basically it's 9 provision, but we are not actually playing this 4 provision card from hand, so it is actually just a 5 provision player. Okay.
Anyone can afford. Only questions of what price. As good as dead, that lot.
Mutant Maker, so yep, looks like our opponent is playing just a normal,
Oh, the digits dropped off. Oh, I'll sew them back up.
Yeah, looks like our opponent is playing normal Pirates Cove meta deck. Now the thing is that we have actually also missed our Ivar, the Evil Eye, which is actually insane, against such opponent, because they are gonna spend with their Siege Jackal that they're gonna go with, that they're gonna get with their leader. So yep, it's kind of shame that we have missed most of our cards. But anyways, let's just do this for now. So yeah, we can actually go devotion route too, but the thing is that I'm actually running Petri's filter for order on this Rience, so I'm not really sure how good this order is as of the moment, but you know, for the initial play we are gonna use our Petri's philter, and if it works then, you know, great. Anyways, so should we use our leader? I don't really want to use our leader just yet. Maybe we can play our coach or Gwent here. Try to get a bit lucky. Okay, these are very bad draws here. I think we are gonna have to, yep, remove that. Actually, we even traded less, so we should have actually just gone for, you know, wipe out with your mentor. Even they would have just played for 4 points, but you know, at least we wouldn't have bricked our hunting pack.
Come off. Just take the whole finger.
Alright, so we already know our top 3 cards, right? Shakedown, Afan, and another bronze or something. Yep. Fistech, alright. I mean, if we use our Deadman's Stung, we are actually gonna go super tall, which I don't really want to do. Let's just do this. Okay, Fistech Graphico.
Can't find any better.
Yep, that's fine. So what are we gonna banish? I think we are gonna banish one hunting pack and maybe Shakedown. Yep, let's do that. Let's remove that and alright. So yeah, now let's hope that our opponent doesn't really play another poison, because that is gonna suck a lot. Since we are actually going pretty tall. Yep. Now the great thing is that, you know, this Salamander Abomination poison purifies itself at the end of every turn, so our opponent cannot remove poison here. Okay, so what we can do here right now is we can do something like this. Just trying to scare our opponent in case he takes a pass, because we don't really have another poison or something in the deck. So you know, we cannot really kill that Sea Shackle. And if our opponent passes right now, we can just play our Viper with your mentor. Okay, that was a very bad move. Okay, so good thing is that our opponent just have this. Alright. Let's play this. And we still have lead, so you know what, we are not even gonna use our leader at the moment. Alright, so yeah, we are gonna have to use our leader, and we are gonna put both of these cards back in the deck. Now let's hope that our opponent doesn't really have any mood poisons, because... Okay, just a payday. Okay, so our opponent is not really gonna use the leader.
Peace you desire. Prepare
Have
for war.
fun. Mage assassin. Okay. I mean, Vigo is insane, so we're gonna do this.
The continent will quake beneath
Yeah,
Nilfgaard hoof.
we don't really want this in our hand, but you know, whatever.
What is truth if not an illusion?
Now the issue here is... Okay, this is so bad. The issue here is that we have one mage assassin in hand, so we cannot really, you know, use Blightmaker here, and since we have given one copy of our hunting pack to our opponent, we cannot even use this. But we're gonna have to use this.
A fine vintage it would have made.
Move mage on the top, so we get this. So this actually is gonna play for 4 points, so let's hope that, you know, either our opponent passes or we can catch up with 4 points. So yeah, this was actually pretty bad for us. I kind of forgot that we had Mage Assassin as our top 3 card, you know, in our top 3 card. Now, what's bad here is that in case we end up losing this match, yep, we are actually gonna lose round 2 because our opponent is just gonna push. Alright guys, that's how you win.
No stench more foul than
Damage that.
char.
Alright, round 1 is in the bag. That's great. I have no idea why our opponent didn't really, you know, spend all his charges there. But still, I'm not really sure if we are gonna win this. Now our mage, you know, our Blightmaker is kind of bricked. And we are actually missing a lot of golds at the moment. We do have Rience, that is good. Yeah, we are gonna stick with this hand. Now ideally we should actually push here, but you know, we cannot really do that. Gonna have to take a pass. I mean, yeah, that is the issue with this deck. Because we have Rience, that means we have to actually, you know, go for round 3 so that we can thin out our cards. And since our opponent is actually using Vivaldi's Bank, looks like one is Jax, another one is Professor or Horson Jr. So, you know, don't really think how we're gonna win this. And we have even missed our core Thurgovate. Fistic Trafficker. So our opponent is going in round 3 with 2 points of carryover. Don't really want Rico in hand. Ivar is good. So Roderick, you know, gives us Evil Eye. Okay.
Appeals can be filed within 7 years.
Alright, so we cannot use Roderick because that is for our Ivar the Evil Eye. Let's do this. Yeah, I have no idea why we are saving coup de grace here.
Old corpses, except sometimes they're quite fresh.
Alright. Okay.
See me smiling. Get serious.
So you know what? That is actually insane that I mean, very good news for us that our opponent has used Sea Jackal before. So, you know, we might get some good value from our Evil Eye here. But we cannot really go for it at the moment. We cannot really play this. We're gonna have to do this. as bad, as bad as it looks.
You shall confess all in due course.
All right. Can we wait for another turn here? I don't really think so, right? Yep, we are gonna have to go for our evil eye right now. Now the issue here is that since we kind of bricked our Blightmaker and Hunting Pack play, we haven't even thinned that well. So if Roderick gives us War Council, we can try to get lucky and, find our evil eye that way. Should we get greedy here? That's the question. I say yes.
Wars are won with discipline, my lord.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Let's do this. Yeah, I mean, that's not fine, right? Because we have actually missed our adrenaline on Evil Eye. Yep, that was such a bad move. I actually got greedy there. Okay, Whoreson. Okay, now the thing is that our opponent can have, either have Professor or, yeah, I mean, it's a devotion list, right? So I think it's better to play our Viper Witcher Mentor.
Strike fast. See that no chance to react.
Fucking hell, man. Yep. That was such a bad play. Okay, let's do this.
There'll be nothing left to bury.
We are gonna move our Rico. Kill that. Do this. I mean, that was again a misplay, right? We should have actually done this. Don't. Okay, we still won by 1 fucking point. Okay guys, I'm extremely sorry. Yep, we actually made a lot of misplays here, but we still won by 1 fucking point. Whew. Okay. So yep, let's go in the deck builder and let's, analyze a bit. So yeah, sorry about making that many, mistakes. It was actually my first match post this expansion. Yep, so the adrenaline is the issue here, right? But I do think that, Petri's philter is kind of good in this deck. Yeah, granted, we were not able to, thin out to 0, which we actually can, I think, because that's how I designed the deck. But, there are few issues here. Now, I'm not really sure about Lazarate if we need it. I mean, yeah, it's good in case we are going against the Swarm deck, so that's the only reason it is here. But, maybe it's not really that great, and we can actually go for something else. Cantarella, maybe? I mean, we do have, our location, so Cantarella is not really that bad. I mean, I actually added Lazarette for 2 reasons. If we are going against Swarm, it's good. If not, then, we can use our Dead Man's Tongue to just banish this and boost a unit by 7. But yeah, I don't think that, Dead Man's Tongue is We should use Deadman's Tongue to get rid of to get rid of a 7 provision card. That doesn't really make any sense. Damage an enemy unit by 2. Increase the number of targets. We're gonna have to go for this, right? Okay. Alright guys, match number 2. So yeah, first match was insane. I did made a lot of misplays, but it was first match. So yep, we have queued into match number 2 and we are gonna be more precise and okay.
I sense strong magic.
So if this is kolgrim or any type of deck manipulation, I think that we have already lost, right? Even if it's mill, because we are Hyperthin, so we get demolished by mill. So anyways, again we are missing a lot of great cards. Don't really want. Maybe we should have hold on to a fun. Holy shit. Okay, we do have one Blight Maker, so that's good, I guess. Okay. Yeah, very weird play, but I think we don't really have a card that we can play, as our first player in this deck. Like, all the cards are actually reactive or they depend on, opponent having status and all that. So, yep. That is another issue with this deck, as we don't really have a card that we can just play like that. Now let's hope our opponent doesn't really have any tall punish, because that is gonna suck a lot.
Oh, I sense trouble.
What the fuck? Okay. Yep, I have no idea what the fuck that was. Actually, you know what? We could have actually got greedy. We could have played Blightmaker onto Assassin, and that way CD would be a 3, and in case our opponent didn't boosted it, we could have amnestied it. But I think that, that wouldn't have happened. Alright, great. We do have Fringilla Vigo, which I actually, just added in the deck right now in exchange of Lazarette. So I think this is actually a good card. Construct. This is a construct. This is a mage. Alright. Yeah, so looks like our opponent is not maybe playing new cards. So I think we can amnesty this Sergeant, because we do have some cards that, work on deploy. Okay, yep, that kind of sucks. Let's do this. No, that, it would be great if we had our Mano into coup de grace, so we can actually, play Leah. Alright. Damage an enemy unit by 2. Increase the target number of targets by. Okay. Okay. I think we are gonna have to actually go for our leader here. Alright, good. That's some good draw. Okay. I think what we can do here is we are gonna put... Okay. You know what?
Strike back.
Yep. I mean, I kind of roped out and, you know, I had to play this. There was no other option. Okay. Yep. You know, that was actually a huge commitment. We shouldn't have played our leader here. So, I mean, of course we are gonna push round 2, because we want to thin our deck as much as possible. Okay. Now, we cannot really thin our fun anymore. We don't really have Blightmaker and all that, so yep. We are actually missing a lot of stuff here. Okay. You know what? We are gonna stick with our hand here. Maybe we can move Petri's philter. Don't really want that. Okay. So... so we have actually missed both of our Blightmakers. So yeah, as I was saying, we kind of struggle with, you know, making first move with this deck. We cannot really play this, cannot play this, can play this, but it will be a huge loss. We're gonna have to go for Roderick and gonna have to hope that we don't draw into Ivar the Evil Eye and Coup de Grace together.
Out of the way!
Okay. Gonna use this and gonna go for this.
Finally get you.
Now next turn we can thin out our hunting pack, as we do, you know, as our opponent does have one status on board, which is what we like to see. Okay, Master of Disguise. So yeah, looks like our opponent is pretty lock heavy deck.
All yours to command.
Okay, let's do this. Yeah, we are surely discarding our one mage assassin. So our opponent is not even devotion deck. Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, we are surely discarding one mage assassin, and if we draw into our Blightmaker, we can use him onto our fun, so that way we can thin out our fun by putting him on top. And I think other than that, we might discard our assassination. Okay. Yep, so Neuromancy into an Emissary. I mean, from the looks of it, our opponent doesn't really think we are gonna go all in. So anyways, let's... go for this. Oh, that sucks, man. We have actually missed our Blightmaker. Gonna have to take this.
Strike first and strike hard.
Yep, as I was saying, you know, we do have 4 bronzes in deck, so Pulse via Vigo is not 100% sure. So yeah, that is also an issue here. So now we definitely have to discard our Mage Assassin from our Deadman's Tongue. And now the bad part here is that we don't even have that many mage and constructs for our Fringilla Vigo. Alright, our opponent has Ivar the Evil Eye.
I spy with my evil eye.
Alright, so you know what? Let's go for this. We are gonna do this, and we are gonna do this, and boost this. Alright. So next turn we are gonna go for Meno into Goodygras onto Roderick. Alright.
Tibor is my ward, under my protection.
Okay. Now we have got few options here. We can either take a pass here. Yeah, as I was saying, we can either take a pass or we can still play. I mean, you know what? I actually want to play.
Nothing will stop us. What is it you want? Demons don't scare me. We'll do the same.
Yeah, I mean, our opponent has got his leader back, and you know, it was a good time to take a pass, but I think that we can still play these two cards. You know, who knows, our opponent might still have... Okay. Alright. Yep, so let's play this.
Monsters! No, a goat will suffice for now.
Invocation, that's fine. So it is not really playing for that much, but I think we are still gonna play this.
The good of magic is the greatest good.
Yep, so looks like our opponent does have Masquerade Ball in hand, which kind of sucks. And we cannot, you know, play our Rience with that leader. Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe we should have taken a pass while we had a chance. Okay, so what we want here is Petri's philter, right? Don't want a fun, don't want him. Okay, great. Yep. Alright. We do have Tall Punish and two of them, so you know. And our opponent has already used his Heat Wave, so Petri's philter is good. Good. So yep, all is going as per the plan at the moment. Now, our opponent does have that in hand. But, you know, that's Adrenaline 2, so I think we are still good. So we're gonna play this first. So we already know that we have one juicy target in Prathans that we can actually, you know. Okay.
Focus on quiet the noise in
So
your
I mean,
head.
that's such bullshit, right? So if that means that our fun is on top because this is the 8% card, and if a fun is on top, you know, shouldn't he move automatically to our deck? Yeah, that's kind of, you know, bullshit. Let's go for Blightmaker. put a fun on top.
The continent will quake beneath Nilfgaardian roof.
Take a pass. Now, as long as our opponent doesn't mill this last card, we should be good. Okay.
Just a peek. That is all I need.
I bring death. Quite literally.
Alright guys, now the issue here is that our coup de grace is actually bricked, right? Yep. We can play out Rience first and, you know, try to go that way, but our opponent might copy our Rience. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but you know, whatever. Maybe that was a bad play. And that was actually very bad play from on my part, because since we, you know, destroyed that, if our opponent wouldn't have played another unit, you know, we would not be able to use this Rico here. Anyways, let's go for Rience. Great. Let's do this. Kill that. Alright. I mean, our opponent just need a little play here. Just a 7-point play, which I think he might have. Holy shit, guys. Yep. So, second straight win. Alright. Yep, I mean, Rience is actually doing some great wonders here. Though it's kind of, you know, a bit of a... it's not that easy to play, as we do have to make a lot of adjustments in the deck and, you know, play a certain way, but I think Rience is actually still working, especially if your opponent is going tall. But yeah, coup de grace, I'm not really sure. You know, the thing is that I think we might have to, you know, we might need 1 or 2 spies, but if we add few more spies, that our Vigo is gonna be even worse, because we already have got 4 bronzes, so you know, we already are not at 100% surety of what all bronzes we are gonna get. We are at 66.6%, and if we add 1 more bronze, it will be like, you know, we'll be at 50% probability if we are gonna get it.